Out here this morning. I want you to continue to pray for Pastor Cade. Pastor Cade is in the hospital. He's a good friend of mine. He's Lady Davis. She's Ken's cousin. Yeah, so pray for him. Just pray for him and his family. He's been in and out of the hospital, but he's fighting for his life. He's fighting for his life. I went to see him the other day after we paid up to the schoolhouse. I told Lady Davis I'm going to see him. And I've been trying to see him the whole week, but something popped up. I said, I'm going today, and I went over there and prayed for him, and come on out. I didn't chit-chat, all that chit-chat stuff. We talking about people going to die and all that stuff there, I speak life, I don't speak death. Amen. He's fighting. He's really fighting for his life. He just need our prayers. He's really fighting. He is really, I saw him fighting in the spirit. He just fighting. So I just thank God for him. Today I want to talk about the spirit of encouragement. The spirit of encouragement. We'll talk about the spirit of encouragement. And thank everybody. Thank y'all for going with us out to Salem Baptist last week. They had a church burning service. Mortgage burning service. I rebuke that lie. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But they had a mortgage burning service, which is great. It was really great that they could pay off the. This is what really got me. Not just the mortgage burning service, but the previous pastor paid the church off before the pastor came in. Amen. So the pastor's in. So what happened? He got a clear slate. Financial slate. He's got a clear slate. All he got to do is just build on that. That's great. Because he ain't got to pay no mortgage. So if they're 501(c), they ain't got to pay no taxes. So they're good to go. You see what I'm saying? So all he got to do in there is just come in there and build on another man's foundation and take it to another level. So, that's real good, And I told him last week, y'all be dancing and tearing down the doors and putting it back up. Yeah, because to get a church is paid for. Huh? All you got to do is put your utilities and all that stuff. That's awesome. But the thing about it is, for another pastor to pay it off before you bring the other pastor in. Hey, that is excellent. Right. That is what you call a selfless pastor. I'm stay here till I die. But he turned it over. And matter of fact, he turned it over in the spirit of love. He didn't. Matter of fact, he told him that's the one he wanted in there. Really? So but that's good. Let's talk about the spirit of encouragement. Let's talk about encouragement. What happened is we live in a time in the world today that a lot of people just really don't encourage people because they look at the world, they look through the eyes, and let's talk about the church. They look through the eyes of the world, and there's really not a whole lot of encouragement because a lot of devastation, a lot of negative stuff going on, racism, people that are really not being blessed like the administration said they would be. But the thing about it is, you have to learn how to encourage yourself even in rough times. Amen. And what happened is, people have gotten so used to being encouraged in good times, but you have to realize, you have to be encouraged in bad times. Because if you don't encourage yourself in bad times, what happens is you'll lose your faith. You'll lose your tenacity. And what happens is you'll lose your will to live. When I say will to live, not just die naturally, but to die spiritually. And what happens is you'll start performing through your flesh. You start doing things by the mechanics of your flesh. What happens is, and your heart won't even be in it. And what happens is you come to church and you perform like, you're really happy. You come to church, perform like you really love God. I'm not saying that you don't love God, but you really don't, because what you're doing is you're concentrating on the situation, not God. And a lot of times people happen that because what happens, they come in and get real happy in church, but when they leave, they talk about the problems. And a lot of times when people bring their problems to the church, but they take the same problems back home. So what happens, what it is they really don't understand, they do understand, but they don't understand the concept of encouragement. Encouragement means to inspire with courage, spirit, or hope, or heart. So in other words, if I encourage you, I'm going to tell you something good. Like people got gifts and stuff in the church, and you encourage them to use them, but they say they're going to use them, but they really don't. Because what happens is, a lot of times, they look at what other people think about them, how other people feel about them. But you got to realize you can't give other people power over your life. You got to take control of your own life, your own destiny. Because number one, yeah, God has already made the way, but the thing about it is we got to walk through it. Can I teach? So what happened is, if he done already made the way, all I got to do is just walk through it. And a lot of times people don't want to walk through because what happened, the spirit of fear set in. And what the spirit of fear said, well, I've never been there before. But the thing about it is, if you got a guide and a teacher, what happens is you just follow the guide. It's just like if you go on a safari, you know, they give you a guide. And they tell you where to go and where not to go, what to do and what not to do. So what happens, what they're doing is the guide is really trying to protect you and still show you where you're going about the places that you're going. Our guide is the Holy Ghost. And what he does is the Bible how big he leads and guides you into all truth. So what he's saying is, I'm not going to put you in a place that you're going to be trapped. I'm not going to put you in a place where you're going to be hurt. But I'm going to put you in a place that you're going to be elevated. I want you to go to another level. God is about promotion. God is not about standing still. God is really just like, he's just really like a school, an educated school. Number one, you got 1 through, I don't know what it is now, but in the old days, you like 1 through 6, elementary. We didn't have a preschool. Then 1 through 6, then it was like 7 through 12. That was it in the old days. I don't know how it is now. But what happened is you had to graduate. So what happened is you're in a school right now. Your job is to graduate. My job is to teach. But the thing about it is what happened is some people don't look at it like that. They think it's a place just I can just stay in the 7th grade and do good. I'm doing good in the 7th grade, but what happened is you're so old that you should be in the 12th. Can I teach? But what happened is when people have been encouraged, they've been inspired. See, a lot of times people take correction for whooping. But what correction is to inspire you. Inspire you to get out of the place that you're at. Because what happens is sometimes, let me show you something. Sometimes people see things in your life that you don't see. Amen. Even the unbelievers, they see things in their life that you don't see. Because number one, they see you actually advancing. Number one, they see where you were, but now they see where you're at. So in other words, they see the advancement. So what they want to do is sometimes if they're jealous, when I'm saying if they're jealous of you, what they do is they try to put how can I say, they try to put a clink in the spoke. It's just like a wheel. If you're driving with a bicycle, if you're driving down the road in a bicycle, if somebody throws a stick in your spoke, it'll stop you and wreck the bike. Not only the bike, but you get hurt. That's what people be trying to do as believers. But what you got to do, the Bible says, watch as well as pray. You got to watch people. Watch their motive. Just don't say that they're your friend. Watch who they are. Watch how they act. Watch how they act at bad time, not good time. Everybody act good in the good time. You understand what I'm saying? But watch them in the bad time. But look, it also means to attempt to persuade, means to urge. That's what it means. Attempt to persuade or urge. What happens is, it's like somebody trying to push you out of your comfort zone. Push you. If somebody push you, now when I say push you, trying to push you to another level, step up. And you keep stepping, say, step up. Step up. Well, I'm scared. Move on up. Go to the other road. It's just like an urchin. They come in and tell people, say, look here, sit here. It's not one sit in the back of the church. What they're trying to do, they're trying to bring them up close to the word. They're trying to bring them up close so they can hear. They're trying to bring them up close so they can get a revelation of what the word is saying for them at that time. But some, I want to sit. Let me sit back here. Why you want to sit in the back? Yeah, the word coming back there, but why you want to sit in the back? What God is trying to do is elevate you to the front. He wants you to be in the front of the line. Like the scripture says, I'm the head and what? Not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. So what happened, what God is saying is, I'm trying to get your attention and get you up front. So you can learn something how to live this life that I got for you. You ain't living the life that I got for you. You living the life that you got for yourself. You might be comfortable there, but what happened is, I don't want you to really stay there because number one, you represent me. You represent the kingdom of God. You represent the kingdom of heaven. You represent God's kingdom. So what he's saying is, I need you to be up front. Because once you're up front, what happens, you will hear the word of God. Number one, you will hear the word of God. You won't hear everybody in the back. Because see, what happens is when people sit in the back, they see everybody else. All right. They see everybody else. And what happens is, let me show you something. If you sit back in the back and you're looking at everybody else, they got your focus. Can I preach? I don't want nobody to have my, listen, when I'm preaching or even I'm sitting down, I don't want nobody else to have my focus. I'm not come here just to look at you. I can do better things than that. Not saying I don't, you understand what I'm saying? I don't come here to look at you. I don't come here to look at what you're wearing, I don't care nothing about that. I come here to hear the word of God that can change my life for the rest of my life. So what happened is, I want to hear something what God is saying to me, to my lifestyle, to what I'm going. Now, I might be doing something wrong, but I want to know how to correct it. So what happens is that's what encouragement is. Encouragement is both sides of the fence. To correct you and to embrace you. Can I teach you?
Amen.
Look what it says. Encouragement means to spur out, to stimulate. To stimulate. Now, let me show you something about stimulation. When you stimulate something, let's use it from a medical point of view. Help me if I'm wrong, Sister Melly. Nurse Melly. Help me if I'm wrong. Now, to stimulate somebody, that means that from the medical, that means that the blood flow has stopped. Am I right? In a way, that the blood flow has stopped if you stimulate somebody. Look what I'm saying in a sense. Say a person is, when you stimulate, what I'm doing now, I'm stimulating you. I'm rubbing you. If there's a pain, number one, I'm trying to get it out. So I'm trying to stimulate you. In other words, I'm trying to get it to flow a little more, work it out. And even if it's a fracture or something, it might not be a fracture, but you hurt, you want to get it moved. That's what stimulation means. I want to stimulate you. Number one, when I stimulate you, I want to stimulate your spirit. Not your body, but your spirit. Because if I stimulate your spirit, what happens is I can get it to move from where it is. See, I want you to move from where you're at. When I say where you're at spiritually, not naturally. I want you to move from where you're at. Because let me show you something. Some teaching that's already been taught here, you hadn't got that. Some people hadn't got that yet. Because number one, they're not stimulated. But the teaching is there. The word is there. You understand what I'm saying? It's been taught. But some people stay where they're at because they really don't want to be stimulated. Because what happened, what stimulation means, you got to move. You got to move from where you're at. This is the thing about it here. If you don't move from where you're at, you won't get what God got for your head. And some people are satisfied, which is fine. But my job is not to tell you to be satisfied where you're at. My job is to stimulate you, to encourage you. All right, it also means to give help or patronage or to foster. Let's use the word foster. All right, some people are in what you call foster homes, foster parents. What they do is they take in children that are not theirs and try to help them grow from abuse or whatever it is. They try to help them grow to another level. But this is the thing about it is, they don't stay in the foster home all their life. They teach them how to live, or they should teach them how to live on their own when they get a certain age. Number one, you should teach them how, number one, I like what my daughter said. She said this years ago. And at first I didn't really look into it. Sister Mary said, I'm teaching my kids how to live independence when they get adults. I said, that's good. Because what happened is, this is the thing about it is, God forbid, she don't be around, her brother Mike don't be around. Papa and Nana ain't gonna help them all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So what you're doing is, they're gonna be an adults. They're gonna be an adult. On adult age, I put it like that. But the thing about it is, if Papa or the relatives not around, then they got to go for themselves. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, if they have been encouraged on the way, they know what to look for and what not to look for. They know where to ditch it, where to hold it, they know where to roll it. So what they're saying is, number one, I'm encouraging you to learn this because you're going to need this when you grow up. The Bible says, train up a child in the way it should go. That's encouraging. That's stimulation. Now let me show you something about the encouragement part of it. The encouragement part of it is some punishment. Correction. Punishment ain't never correction. Some people, this is I may be Christians, that's up to them. Some people say, I don't whoop my child. But that's fine. But somebody else will. The state of North Carolina Correction will wear your child out. And that beat you if you try to get in the way. You understand what I'm saying? But what you do is, you try to teach your child so you know how to get in that situation. That's encouragement. You don't want your child to get in that situation. You don't want your child to have no baby before she's ready. Or he's ready. Because once the baby there, somebody got to take care of the baby. And then again, the parents might not be able to do it because they try to take care of you. Can I teach? Mm-hmm. So you see what I'm saying? The spirit of encouragement. Huh? The spirit of encouragement. Here we go. Look what it says. When a believer has a specific assignment from God, encourage yourself to do it. When you got a specific assignment from God, you should encourage yourself to do it. Go to Deuteronomy 1:38. Let me show you something. Because in the spirit realm, there's a lot of assignments that God gives us, and they don't look right in the beginning, but they don't look right to us. But God's got a purpose for us. And this is what I've learned. This is what I learned. When God gives you an assignment, and I learned this from the Lord, and I learned it from my wife. Sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut. Really. Because everybody ain't going to encourage you. Everybody ain't happy for you. Everybody ain't glad for you. Everybody don't want you to be blessed. Huh? Everybody don't want the Lord to work in your life. Even if you hadn't done anything to them, but because the thing is, because this is what I look at it, because they look at themselves in a doubtful way, they don't want you to be blessed. See, this is the thing about it is, if you hate yourself, you hate me. Because the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So in other words, that means if you hate yourself, you hate me. Are you there? But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither, encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit. Now look what happened. Moses is dead. Moses is dead. Now Moses is not dead yet, but what happened is this is what's going to happen. He said, Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth here before thee, he shall go in hither, encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit the land. What he was saying is Joshua, now what happened is Joshua will not go into the land, but he will. You need to encourage him. Because this is an assignment. See, this is the thing about it. When God got you an assignment for you, don't give it to nobody else. Don't give it to nobody else. Look what Joshua done. Joshua stayed with his leader. He stayed with Moses. Even through the bad times, he stayed with Moses. What Moses asked him to do, he did it. And what happened, what he done is, he realized that God had promised Moses, not only Moses, but him and his family, that he's going to the promised land. But look what he's saying. I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet, but all this trouble around me is trying to keep me from getting there. Now what happened is, I seen what God did for the man of God. He's going to do the same thing to me. In other words, he promised him a long life and good health and a good place. So in other words, I'm going to stay with that. Because number one, I seen the power of God work in his life. I seen him talking to the Lord. I seen the Lord talking to him. So in other words, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick with the promise. You remember the promise God promised you that? When God promised you something, you got to stick with it. When God promised you he's going to do it, he's going to do it. The thing about it is, never put a time, don't give God no watch. God don't even know how to wear a watch. You know why? Because he's the God of eternity. Huh? He don't need no watch because time waits on him and he tells time what to do. So you have to realize when you start doing like that, what happens, you won't get frustrated. You won't get upset because you say, God, I know he's going to do it. Huh? And even if he don't, he's able. But you have to realize that God promised you something personally, he's going to bring it to pass. But what you got to do is, you got to put your faith suit on. You got to put your faith shoes on. You got to put your faith shirt on. You got to put your faith in it. I believe God. I believe what it says. I believe. I don't know what time is coming. See, this is the thing about it is you quit putting the timing on God. We always timing God. Number one, we shouldn't time God. Because when God says 12 o'clock, it might be 12. We might be at 8 o'clock. So what God's saying, just watch me and believe what and do what I say, and it'll come to pass. Put your faith in, put your faith in front of you. Don't put your faith in your pocket. Put your faith in front of you, because what happens when you put your faith in front of you, it'll take you where you need to go. I try to encourage people all the time. I do. But sometimes it's like it's like wasting time. Because people got what you call a prepaid mind. I already got my mind where what I'm going to do. It's just like a prepaid card. You already got the money there. I already got the money. But this is the thing about it is, a prepaid card ain't faith. It ain't faith. Now you know the money's there. Physically you know the money's there. But what God's saying is, sit here. I don't give you a prepaid card. I give you a debit card. I don't even give you a credit card. I give you a debit card. Because the money's already there, but you don't see it. But I got it there. But if you put it there, you know that it's there. Can I teach you? But look what it says. Go with me to 1 Samuel 36. First Samuel 30. Let's go to 1 Samuel 30. Can I teach? Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself.
Amen.
Don't wait on people to pat you on your back, especially when you know you're doing good. Huh? And even if you're doing bad, encourage yourself to get out of the situation.
That's right.
Huh?
Amen.
Say, I'm coming out of this. I don't know how I'm coming out of this. Huh? I don't know how I'm going to get out of it, but I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out through the power of God. I'm going to come out. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm coming out. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm going to come out. I don't care what people say, but I'm going to come out. I don't care how people perceive me, but I'm going to come out. I'm coming out of this stuff. I'm coming out of this financial situation. I'm coming out of this bad health situation. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you look at me, but I'm coming out. I'm coming out of this thing. And number one, I'm tired of sitting here in this stuff. I'm coming out. The Lord said, I don't have to sit here. In other words, I'm coming out. I'm going to follow the direction of the Lord. I'm going to follow the direction of the Word. I'm going to follow the Holy Ghost. I'm coming out. If you want to stay there, that's you. But I'm coming out of this thing. I ain't going to be in lack. I ain't going to be in lullaby. I ain't going to be sick. I ain't going to be confused. I ain't going to be distressed. I'm coming out.
Amen.
Look what it says. Start verse 1. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and south and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire, and had taken the women captive that were therein. They slew not any, neither great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive. And David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives were taken captive, Ahinoam and Jezreelite, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of the people were grieved, every man and his son, for his daughter. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the Hippah. And Abiathar brought hither the Hippah to David. And David inquired of the Lord, saying, Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered, Pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, without fail recover all. Look what David did. David then with the battle, and they come back, and what happened, the children and the wives got taken. But what happened was, the men that were with him, they were so distressed. What happened, they were so distressed, number one, they wanted to do something to David. They wanted to do something to David. You see what I'm saying? But what David said, look here, no, it ain't going to be like this. It ain't going to be like this. I ain't going to just give up. My wife and my children, I ain't going to just give up. Number one, he said, let me inquire the Lord. Number one, let's pray. Let's pray, Lord. How do I do this thing?
Yes.
What he's saying is, yeah, go ahead. See, this is the first thing that you got to ask God.
Amen.
He said, yeah, go ahead. This is what he said. You're going to overtake all. Number one, you can get everybody back. Everybody children back. Everybody children. Everybody wife, you won't get them back. But this what happened is, he had to encourage himself. He had to be encouraged. Because look here, when everything's gone from you, if you come home and everything's gone, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to be kind of devastated. But what happened, what he said is, he said, well, okay, I'm not just going to let this situation define my future. I'm not going to let this situation define who I am. I'm not going to let this situation define my children. Because number one, I don't know where my children are. Not only my children, but the men that went to war with me, their children. In other words, I'm responsible. I'm really responsible because I'm the king. So what he's saying is, Lord, what shall I do? What shall I do? How did I get them back? This is what I'm saying. That leader, the Holy Ghost. That leader. So what he's saying is, go get them. Go get your stuff. See, this is sometimes you got to go get your stuff. Quit sitting around waiting to fall out of the sky. You got to go get it. You got to encourage yourself. Look here, I ain't going to wait on somebody to do it for me. I ain't going to wait nobody to give me the money to get my house. I ain't going to wait nobody to give me the money to get my car. I'm going to go do what I got to do. But first I'm going to ask God. Number one, then he said, listen, I ain't got no job. That's all right. You ain't got to have a job. You got faith. Your faith will be your job. Your faith will how you get money. Your faith will get you what you need. Your faith. See, if you start working your faith will work for you. The Bible's all about faith. Really, it's all about faith. Everything that happens is about faith. Everybody that work with God work by faith. You have to realize faith really works for you. What happens is people don't like to work the faith because they say, well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the thing about it is faith ain't maybe it will. Faith is it will. Faith means yes. Faith means yes. Sometimes it says no, but the no means the delay right now. Just wait up, but it's on the other side. But God said, look here, use your faith. I done gave every man deep measure of faith. Everybody here got faith, but when you use it, when you use your faith, it's like having a credit, it's like having a debit card and got money in the bank. Then you talking about I'm broke, You talking about I'm broke, but why are you broke? Because when number one, you done lost your faith, Because what faith said, when your money's there, I got it there. All you got to do is just go get it. But God said, all you got to do is go get your stuff. I'm encouraging you to go get it. Go get your stuff. Don't let nobody have your stuff. Go get your stuff. Get up off your behind and go get your stuff. Because God said, it's there. I encourage you to go get it. You'll get it all. Ain't that going to be lost? That's what God is saying. God is telling us, go get it. Quit listening to the naysayers. Because look what they say. Now look what happened. The men that fought with David wanted to kill him. They just come to battle. Now they want to kill him. See, let me show you something. They blame David for what happened. See, people blame the leaders for what happened. And then again, sometimes it didn't be the leader's fault. But they blame him. But the thing about it is, God told him, say, go get your stuff. Go get your stuff. It's there. Go get it. Go get your stuff. Don't get mad at me because you ain't got your stuff. You ain't got your stuff because you're too late to go get it. It's there. You're just too lazy to go get it. If you're so lazy to get it, you don't want it. This is what happens. God will give it to somebody else.
Yes, sir.
If you're too lazy to get your, and listen, if you got the green light from the Lord and you're too lazy to go get yourself, you don't need it. Matter of fact, you don't want it. You want it to drop out of the sky. Can I preach this thing? Here we go. Believers should encourage the local ministry when the word is being taught and the lives are being changed. Believers should encourage the local ministry when the word is being taught and lives are being changed. 2 Chronicles 31:4. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Good God Almighty. I'm encouraging myself. Hallelujah. I want everybody to stand for me. Even the musicians, I want y'all to stand. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. Take the right of your left hand. Take the right or your left hand. I want you to pat yourself on the back. Now what you done? You encourage yourself.
Amen.
You pat yourself on the back. Say, I'm going to get my stuff. I'm going to get my stuff. Say, devil, you ain't going to take nothing from me. I'm going to get my stuff. And yours too. You may be seated. See, you got to encourage yourself.
Yes.
The green light is there. God said, you go get your stuff. God said, go get your stuff. 2 Chronicles 31. Are you there?
Amen.
Let me get there. 2 Chronicles 31. See what you have to, sometimes you got to encourage yourself. You really do. You can't wait on other folks to do it. Because you've been doing a great job. They're looking, but this let me show you something. You've been doing a great job and people sitting there envying you. And they ain't going to encourage you. Because they envy you. They try to belittle you. They try to downgrade it. But what you got to do, you got to overlook that negative stuff. Don't let no people put no negative stuff in your spirit. What you tell them, say, that's you. That ain't me. I don't think like that. I don't work like that. I don't act like that. That ain't me. I I'm a child of the Most High. That ain't me. I live by faith. That ain't me. Don't let people put words in your mouth, and don't let people put poison in your ears. Can I preach? 2 Chronicles 31, are you there?
Amen.
And now when all this was finished, all Israel that were present went out into the city of Judah and break the images pieces and cut down the grove and threw down the high places and altars out of Judah and Benjamin and Ephraim also and Manasseh until they were utterly destroyed them all. Then all the children of Israel returned to every man to his possession into their own city. And Hezekiah appointed the courses of the priests and the Levites after their course. Every man according to his service, the priests and the Levites, for burnt offerings, for peace offerings, to minister and to give thanks and to praise in the gates of the tents of the Lord. He appointed also the king's portion of his substance for the burnt offering, to wit, for the morning and evening burnt offerings, and the burnt offerings for the Sabbath and for the new moon, for the set feast, as it was written in the law of the Lord. This is what I want to get to. Moreover, he commanded the people that dwell in Jerusalem to give their portions of the priests and of the Levites, that they might be encouraged in the law of the Lord. See, this is what he did. He said, look here, y'all give your portion to the priests. They're working hard. They're working hard. And this is the Bible. In the Bible, in the early Bible days, the priests never didn't work outside of the temple. When y'all talk about the priests, they had certain type. Priests had certain type of position. That some would minister through songs. They had harps. They had guitars. They had string instruments. Some lit the candle in the temple. In other words, ushers were like priests. They took care of the church. And so what happened? They had different functions. David had like 24,000 priests and Levites, and he set them in order. So what he done is, that he wouldn't work. They would work like shifts. Like you work on your job, some people got first, second, third shift. They work like shifts. So what their job was, if you were the second shift guy to keep the cameras on, that was your job. So what happened? This is what happened. He had them in order. They knew when to go and when to leave, because the light had to stay on in the priest, in the temple. So what happened right here, what he did is, he said, y'all need to encourage them guys. What they doing is a great thing. They doing it for the Lord. They don't listen. They don't get no property. They don't get nothing in the promised land. They only going to live by what you give them. So what he's saying is, encourage them guys. Encourage them to do good. Tell them how good they're doing. Give them a portion. Give them a portion of the offering. Give them a portion. Because you got to realize, when you come into church, you ain't done nothing, but everything's in order. When you come to church, the string instruments is in order. When you come to church, the organist is in order. When you come to church, the singers are in order. All you got to do is enjoy the service. I'm bringing it to today's time. All you got to do is just enjoy the service. But you don't know what went on behind the scene. You don't know what they done behind the scene. You don't know how they practice behind the scene. You don't know how they've been ostracized behind the scene. So in other words, give them a portion, give them a part of your offering, because what happened, what they doing, you had done. But the thing about it, what they're doing it for the Lord. But what happened, they're allowing you to participate in it. You see what I'm saying? So what happened you get to do in a local ministry, what you do, encourage people. I try to encourage people to do something, but some people don't want to do it. But I don't push them. You know why I don't push them? Because that's going against their will. But what happens is, when you're doing good, I'll tell you you're doing good. If you're doing bad, I'll let you know that too. Because that's a part of the balance. That's what you call balance. You got to have a balance in ministry. You just can't be one-sided. So what happens is, you encourage people to do something for the Lord. Not for me, not for Lady David, but for Jesus. Because what you do for God will last. What you do for Jesus will last. He will bless you for what you do, not for what I do. He'll bless you for what you do, not somebody else do. He'll bless your family for what you do. You realize what God will do. God is a fair God. He's a righteous God. But what he's saying is, I'll bless you more than the pastor. It ain't about the pastor. It's about you doing what God say do. You have to realize, people say, well, the pastor blessed. Yeah, some pastors are blessed, but some pastors are blessed because they got a job. Besides that, but you have to realize, Well, God said, I'm not a respected person. I ain't gonna bless him and don't bless you. I ain't gonna bless her and don't bless you. I ain't gonna bless him and bless you. What he's saying is, I'm a righteous God. I'll bless everybody according to what you do, according to your faith, and according to your to the assignment that I gave you. God will bless you. Case in point, my brother not here today, but what's his name? Brother Marcus. He came in here Wednesday. Huh? Ain't been long joining this church. Huh? Ain't been long joining this church. Say that God blessed him with a truck. That man won't give him $1,000, and the man asked $1,000 for the truck, but he ended up paying for one. And he ain't paid him all yet. And the man let him drive it. With his insurance, with the man insurance on it. It's a Mopar too deep. But what I'm saying is, he blessed and God blessed him. How long he been here? He ain't been here that long. Huh? You see what I'm saying? God don't care about who it is. He wants to bless you. Huh? He don't care. But you know what he said? He said, I'm trying to get my tithe now. Tithe work. Because he said, at first I didn't think I can afford tithe. He said, I got to do it now. Because what God did, let me show you what God did. Let me show you what he showed him, said, if you do this, son, this is what I do for you. Amen. Now that's a blessing.
He said the man told him, give him $200, take the truck.
Yeah, give him $200, take the truck.
Yep.
Because the man said, I see what you're trying to do.
That's right. Amen.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
People watching your life.
Amen.
He said, I see what you're trying to do. And he said, well, I wanted a car, but I couldn't afford it. You can afford it when you give it the Lord.
Amen.
You get with Jesus, you can afford anything.
Amen.
Huh? It's according to your faith. It ain't according to mine. It's according to your faith. But this is the thing about it. Brother Green gave me a slap, gave me a high five. Everybody in this church, I can say this with confidence. Everybody in this church has been blessed.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Lord.
If you ain't been blessed, you just a lie.
Thank you, Jesus.
Straight up lie.
Amen.
Let me put it like this. Everybody that joined this church been blessed.
Yes.
Amen.
That's true.
If you say you ain't been blessed, you know you're a lie. And the truth ain't in you.
That's right. That's true.
Then here we go. Look what it says. He said, listen, believers should encourage the local ministry when the word is being taught and the lives have been changed. See, the word is being taught here.
Yes.
And I ain't bragging because I ain't the only one doing all the teaching. But the word is being taught in this place.
Yes.
Just because we ain't jumping down, shouting, running around the church and turning cartwheels, don't mean the word ain't being taught. Huh? See, people like excitement, but they don't like truth. They like to run up and down the aisle, but they don't want to live it. They like to say hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, and go home and talk about how broke they are. And talk about how sick they are. And talk about how sad they are. And talk about all this other nonsense except get into the word.
Come on now.
Look what it said. 2 Chronicles 35 and 2. And listen. And he set the priests in their charge, in their place, and encouraged them to the service of the house of God. He talking about, he put them in the place. You ought to, when you get in your place, you ought to do the best you can. You ought to, you ought to rock your position. When you get in the place where God got you in this church, you ought to do it so well that somebody else won't. You ought to do it that somebody want to take your job. You ought to do it so somebody want to take your place. You ought to do it so somebody talk about how bad you're doing, but you're doing real good, huh? That's what I'm saying. You ought to do it so bad. Man, I want to do that job. I want to do that job. You have to realize you can go along with the job and be a part of it. It ain't that you got to do that job. You can be connected to that job that we can use both for you. See what I'm saying? So what God is saying is, number one, I encourage you, huh? I want you to do the best thing. I want you to be the best. I want you to be the best usher. I want you to be the best musician. I want you to be the best singer. I want you to be the best teacher. This is the thing about it. The whole thing involves the ministry. The ministry needs that. We don't need a one-sided ministry. We don't need a one-sided this. We don't need a one-man show. We need a collective body of people connect with their gifts and use it in this ministry so we can enhance it. Give God a praise for that. Look here. Oh, the spirit of encouragement. Here we go. Encouragement can be, listen, encouragement can be presented in a negative light. Let's use the flip side of encouragement. Go to Psalm 64 and 5. encouragement can be used and presented in a negative light. Psalm 64, verse 5. Let me show you something. See, encouragement can be used in a negative light. But you have to know how to discern. How do you discern? By what people say? How people act. Are you there? Psalm 64 and 5.
Amen.
Look what it says. It says, they encourage themselves in a what? Evil manner. In other words, they encourage themselves to do evil. They commune of layers snares privately. In other words, they're saying they're trying to set a trap for you. People are setting traps for you. Look, committee setting traps for you. People talking about you. Sister Miller, who she thinks she is? Who she thinks she can teach? Setting trap for you. Who Lady David thinks she is? Get up talking about hallelujah. Setting trap for you. Huh?
All right.
Look at Deacon Wicker walking around the church, you don't know, like he runs something. Setting trap for you. But let me show you something there. They're still doing the job.
Amen. Amen.
Huh? They're still doing the job. Number one, they shouldn't be looking at y'all. They should be looking at themselves. And I just use y'all for example. You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
So what happened is, this is the negative side of encouragement. They encourage themselves to do evil. So that's what you have to do is you got to watch what come out of somebody's mouth.
Yes.
Watch their demeanor when you teach or preach. I watch people's demeanor when I teach or preach. Because some people don't want to hear it, which is that's their choice. But the stuff that I'm preaching, they need it. But then they want you to pray them out of it.
That's right.
They want you to pray them out of it. But they don't want to hear the truth about it, but they want you to pray them out of it. And what I do, I pray. Go by my business. I'll pray a negative prayer and go by my business. Because that'll be wrong for me.
That's right.
Right.
But the thing about it is, if I pray the prayer, it's going to be the same thing that I taught going to come to them. Because what happened is, if I pray the prayer and what you're teaching is the truth, it's the same thing.
That's right.
They're going to come back. Then again, it might come back in two ways. It might ask you a question, why didn't you listen? See, this is the thing I've learned as a pastor. Sometimes people ask you questions and they already got the answer in their head. So what they want you to do, they want you to agree with the answer. So I can't agree with the answer if it's wrong. Because I'll be wrong along with your wrongness.
That's right.
So ain't no sense in me being wrong and paying for your wrongness, let you pay for your own wrongness.
Amen.
That's English. That's English. That ain't English, it's English. But you understand what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, I want the best for you, not the worst.
Amen.
Can I tell you? And especially if you're teaching out the word and showing scriptures. That means that's not my vision, that's not my version, that's God's version.
Amen.
Look what it said. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of layers snared privately. They say, who shall see them? God. God shall see it. Listen, here we go. Coming down on the back side of it. Working together in unity creates an atmosphere of encouragement. Working together in unity, not just working together in unity. Because some people work together, but they got different motives. Working together in unity creates an atmosphere of encouragement. Go to Isaiah 41. Isaiah 41. Go down to verse 6. Let me show you something. Here we go. Listen. And they helped everyone his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of what? Good courage. Verse 7. So the carpenter encouraged the smith, the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the sawyer. And he fastened it with nails that it should not be moved. Now look what happened. They're working construction on the temple. every craftsman had a different job. But what they were doing is they were encouraging each other. They were working in unity. They were working in unison. So what they were doing is, they were doing their best work. They was the craftsman, the carpenter was encouraging the brick mason was encouraging somebody else. So they was encouraging one another. But they all had different trades. The same way in the house of God. Everybody got a different gift. But what you do, you encourage one another. You're doing good in your singing. You're doing good in your teaching. You're doing good even taking care of the floor. You're doing good. Because what happens is all that needs to happen. All that needs to happen for the ministry to grow. And this is the thing about it. When you work together in unity, you realize when you work together in unity, can't no evilness get in.
Amen.
Because number one, you're encouraging one another. Number one, if somebody says something different about the other person, hold on, that's my friend or that's my sister. My sister, well, number one, we work in the ministry together. That's my brother, we work in the ministry together. It ain't like what you say. Number one, you're looking from the outside looking in. I'm already on the inside. I know what's going on. You speculate. All you do is just speculate. What that does, that shuts down that chatter. That shuts down that rebellion. That shuts down that evil amount of work. So what happens is you have to encourage one another in the church. You ought to encourage one another here. Even when people talk about us, you ought to encourage. No, that ain't it. No, don't talk about my church. No, don't you talk about my ministry. Don't you talk about it. Because number one, God has blessed me to be here. While I'm here, I am blessed of the Lord and highly favored. I don't know what you're talking about, but God has blessed me. What about you? What are you doing? Where are you at? What church you go to? Number one, don't worry about Server House Ministry. Server House Ministry is all right. We doing fine. We doing great. And number one, we got God on our side. We got the Holy Ghost there. We got heaven back at us. So you have to realize everything that we need, God supply. Everything we need, God supply. So you have to worry about us. Number one, I'm blessed and highly faithful for being here. Matter of fact, when I sat here for a while, God blessed me. Number one, you come on in here. Come on in out the rain and doubt. Come on in and down out the land. Come on in out the rain and deception. Come on in here and see when God bless you too. Give the Lord a hand praise.
Amen.
Psalm 133. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for the brothers who dwell together in unity. It's like the precious ornament upon the head that ran down upon Aaron's beard. Even Aaron's beard, that when it went down to the skirt of his garment, and as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountain of Zion, for there the Lord commanded blessings, even life forever come. Now let me show you some of that. The blessing with Psalm 133 was at the skirt. And one people been at the top. It was at the bottom. See, that's what the blessings is. The blessings is down here. How can I get my blessings down here? Get on your knees and pray.
Amen.
That's what the blessings is. The blessings on the floor. The blessings at the skirt. Because you have to realize, in the Old Testament, the scriptures was at the bottom. In the tassels, that's what the scriptures were. That's why the woman said, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, because what priests did, they put scriptures in the tassels. So number one, she knew where the word was. When I said the law is the word. She knew where it was. She said, just let me touch the hem of his garment. See, your blessings are down there. Quit trying to be on top. Be down there and you get on top. Because listen, rebellions come from rebellion. Rebellion don't come from the floor, it'll come from rebellions. See, some people can't. Let me show you something. Some people don't know how to orchestrate blessings because they've never been in that environment. They always been in Lodabar. You know what Lodabar is? I always need. So in Lodabar, you only get what people give you. Only what they give you. And when people give you something, they don't give you the best. They give you the leftovers. God wants you to eat the best meal, not the leftovers. And see, when people live in Lodabar, this will happen. They get comfortable. Let me show you. Let me show you the scripture who was in Lodabar. The man with the 38 years. He was in Lodabar. I ain't got nobody to put me in the pool. You've been there 38 years, you ought to figure out something how to get in there. Oh, when I go to get in the water, everybody else get in. All you got to do is just stand at the edge and just roll in. Excuses. Excuses ain't never lies.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So what happened is 38 years, you ought to be able to figure it out in 38 years. And you know what time the blessing gonna come to you know that. All that you know. 38 years, then when Jesus said, you won't be made whole, I ain't got nobody to put me in the pool. Jesus didn't ask you that. He said, do you want to be made whole? I ain't got to see what, let me show you something. That type of thinking is, you don't want to advance. Because number one is, you're used to I ain't got nobody to put me in the pool. 38 years is the same old thing, the same old logic, the same old words. But Jesus said, you want to be made whole. He didn't know what made whole. But he kept blaming somebody else. You want to be saved? I ain't ready. Now, this is what they say. I'm going to get ready. You can't get ready to be saved.
That's right.
Huh? You get saved and then the Lord teach you how to be ready. But just what I'm saying is, what happened is people blame other people. Huh? When you encourage them and they don't want to get out of the situation. That's why I don't spend a lot of time on stuff like that. Can I teach?
Amen.
Alright, last scripture. Listen, encouragement does more, when you do encouragement, it does more than just what it requires. Go to Matthew 5:41. I'm going to leave it there. Let me show you what real encouragement is. Super encouragement is. Encouragement got different levels. Let me show you what super encouragement is. Matthew 5:41. Let me show you what super encouragement is. Say, I'm encouraged.
I'm encouraged.
To be encouraged.
To be encouraged.
Say, I'm a seed of encouragement.
I'm a seed of encouragement.
Matthew 5:41. Are you there?
Amen.
And whosoever shall compel thee to go what? 1 mile. Go with him what?
1, 2.
2. That's what you call above and beyond. But somebody said, well, go with me 1 mile. I said, no, I'm going to go 2. Number one, it's easy for me to go 1 mile. You going 1 mile. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add to your life. I ain't going to just do one thing. I'm going to add to your life. Huh? What I'm going to do, I'm going to go 2 miles. In other words, I'm going to do, listen, I'm going to do 100% to go with you 1 mile, but I'm going to do another mile. Number one, I'm going to make it 200%. In other words, I'm going to pour in your life more than you poured in mine. I'm going to help you more than you think I'm going to help you, huh? Because I really want to be a blessing to you. So what happened is, the Bible said when one asks you to go 1 mile, you need to go 2. You say, okay, 1 mile, you going 1 mile. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 1 mile to my 1 mile. I'm going to go 2. In other words, I'm going to show you, I'm going to encourage you that number one, I'm on your side. I'm encouraging you that I'm there with you. I'm encouraging that I'm going to bless you. In other words, I ain't asking for no money. All I ask is that you let me just go with you another mile. In other words, let me help you another mile. Because number one, you might fall down after the first mile. But I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick you up and help you go another mile. That's what it means to be encouraged. That's what it means to be encouraged to go beyond the required. Because most people, like he said, let me go just 1 mile. He already asked for 1 mile. But he said, no, I'm going to go 2. So what he's saying is, I'm going beyond the requirement. In other words, I'm going overboard. In other words, I'm going to show you I'm there with you. I'm going to help you all the way. Because number one, one mile, that's all you want, I'm giving you 2. Let me show you something there. All right, if somebody asks you to go 1 mile, you're going 2, what you're doing is you pushing them. You pushing them. You are really pushing them. Number one, you ain't going to get nothing out of it, but you're encouraging them. You're pushing them. Come on, sister, let's go 2 miles. Huh? Let's walk around the track 1 mile. No, let's go 2 miles. Because what's going to happen is it's going to help you. Huh? What happens is when you start doing that, encouraging people like that, what happens is, this is what they do. They look at you. You really are my friend. You really are my friend. I didn't ask you to go for 1, but you said let's go 2. Huh? This is what happened. And the thing about it, when you do that, God bless you for what you do, not for what they do.
Amen.
Give the Lord a hand praise.